The Baker's Last Loaf, a true horror story. I grew up in a quiet town that never made the news, the kind of place where people left their doors unlocked, and everyone knew the baker by name. His name was Mr. Adler. He was kind, soft-spoken, always wore the same flour-stained apron, and baked the best sourdough you'd ever taste. Every morning, like clockwork, he opened his little shop at 5 a.m., and the smell of fresh bread filled the entire street. But one morning, the smell never came. People noticed. At first, they assumed he was sick or took a day off. But the next day, the bakery was still closed. On the third day, the postman peeked through the window. The lights were on. Bread sat on the shelves, fresh, too fresh, as if it had just come out of the oven. But no one had seen Adler in days. Police were called. They broke the lock and entered. What they found was disturbing. There were hundreds of loaves of bread, stacked, still warm, and inside the oven, it was still baking. But there was no one inside. No signs of struggle. No fingerprints. No recent phone calls. Just that ever-present smell of bread, and something else, something sour, metallic, and wrong. For weeks, people reported hearing the bakery door open and close at night, lights flickering on at 3 a.m., and the smell of bread returning like clockwork, even though the building had been sealed by police. Curiosity got the best of me. One night, I went back to the bakery. Just to see if the stories were true. I waited across the street. Nothing happened until 3:13 a.m., when the front light blinked on. I swear I saw a shadow behind the window. Not a person, something distorted. Long, narrow hands moving like smoke. Then the smell hit me, bread, and rot. I ran. The next morning, the shop door was unlocked, and sitting on the doorstep was a loaf of bread, still warm, with my name carved into the crust. I never went back. They say Adler never left. That he became part of the bakery, bound to the oven that gave him life, and now takes it from others. Every year since then, someone disappears. And always, the next morning, there's a new loaf on the step, warm and soft, with a name burned into the crust. Last night, I smelled bread again. And this morning, my neighbor, she's gone. So if you ever pass through a small town and smell bread when the streets are silent, don't follow it. Because Mr. Adler still bakes. And he's waiting for someone to take the next bite.